All right, welcome to the Explainer. Look, if you're looking to build in the Web3 space right now, you already know the deal. The market is just incredibly noisy. There are agencies popping up everywhere. So today, our one goal is to completely cut through that noise. We're looking at the top blockchain development companies in the US, and we're putting together a definitive buyer's guide for those of you who need vendors with real, proven mainnet track records. We aren't looking at your run-of-the-mill generic agencies today. We are focusing purely on elite teams that build technology meant to handle real money and real users. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is how we've structured today's guide. Section 1 is the Web3 engineering divide. Section 2, scalable SaaS blockchain integration. Section 3, consumer apps and exchanges. Section 4 covers gaming, NFTs, and metaverse. Section 5 dives into enterprise multi-protocol token sales. And Section 6 is choosing your blockchain partner.
Section 1. The Web3 Engineering Divide. Hype versus reality.
Right off the bat, we have to address the elephant in the room. The blockchain market has effectively fractured into two totally separate worlds. On one side, you've got these generic dev shops that just tacked "We do Web3" onto their services page to chase the latest trend. I mean, they have zero mainnet contracts to their name, absolutely no audit experience, and honestly, no idea how gas optimization is going to affect your bottom line. Contrast that with real on-chain engineering. These are the teams whose smart contracts actually survive external audits without getting completely drained by a hacker on day one. They have deep, multi-chain expertise, and they built tokenomics meant to survive under real-world adversarial conditions. For this explainer, we are exclusively focusing on that second group. Every single company we discussed today was picked solely for what they actually deploy on mainnet.
So the crucial point is, real blockchain engineering is our absolute baseline standard today. If a company cannot prove their smart contracts survive external audits, if they can't handle real money across multiple chains securely, and if their tokenomics just fold under pressure, they simply didn't make this list. We are setting the bar high.
Section 2. Scalable SaaS Blockchain Integration, DBB Software. Now, if you're focused on deeply integrating blockchain into your core engineering products, DBB Software absolutely stands out. They don't treat Web3 as some speculative, tacked-on side project. They treat blockchain as a core engineering capability. They build it into products through beautifully structured API layers and production-grade integrations. This completely avoids those clunky, ad hoc wallet wrappers that just end up frustrating your end users.
Based out of Krakow, Poland, and operating at a highly competitive $25 to $49 an hour, they boast a perfect 5.0 clutch rating. But what makes DBB truly incredible is their process. Every single engagement begins with a structured scope document that actually includes transparent estimation ranges for blockchain audit budgets and gas cost considerations. You know, the things most generalist games conveniently forget to mention until it's way too late. They also utilize AI-assisted workflows that compress delivery times significantly. Instead of the agonizing 6 to 9 months a typical generalist team takes to just fumble through things, DBB usually ships blockchain MVPs in roughly 12 weeks. That speed is a massive game changer. Plus, their unified code base using Expo and Next.js means you get iOS, Android, and web platforms delivered together, effortlessly integrating complex payment authorizations like Braintree and Stripe with highly secure cloud-native architectures.
Section 3. Consumer apps and exchanges. Peiko.
Let's move over to consumer tools, 160 plus. That is an enormous number of verified clutch reviews that Peiko has managed to amass. And remarkably, they maintain a flawless 5.0 rating across all of them, drawing on over 7 years of deep industry experience with well over 100 satisfied clients.
If you're building a product that requires a slick, reliable interface for the average consumer, Peiko is hands down your go-to. They are renowned for their consistent delivery quality in these highly demanding consumer-facing Web3 spaces. And let's be real, in consumer Web3, a single UI glitch can literally cost a user all their funds. It's high stakes.
Now, what's really interesting here is how Peiko's specific tech stack perfectly aligns with consumer scale. They're headquartered in New York with additional offices in Chicago and San Francisco, and they match that same great $25 to $49 an hour rate. Their toolkit is built purely for scale. Infura, Alchemy, QuickNode, and Hardhat. They've also carved out a really unique specialization not just in decentralized exchanges and Bitcoin wallets, but in rapidly emerging spaces like Telegram mini apps. When you absolutely need high throughput and seamless consumer experiences, their stack and experience are exactly what you want backing your play.
Section 4. Gaming, NFTs, and Metaverse. SpaceDev and EvaCodes.
Shifting gears to the highly visual, community-driven side of Web3, 100%. This perfect score belongs to SpaceDev. That is 100% positive reviews across more than 160 distinct projects over 7 years of Web3 specialization. Pretty impressive, right?
Operating out of Miami at $50 to $99 an hour, SpaceDev is an absolute powerhouse for dApps, smart contracts, and especially play-to-earn games and NFT galleries. And why is that? Because in the gaming and metaverse space, just having raw blockchain coding capability isn't enough. SpaceDev proves that strong project management discipline and super detail-oriented delivery matter just as much if you want to keep these massive multifaceted projects on track.
But hey, SpaceDev isn't the only one with flawless execution in this category. Pivoting smoothly, we have EvaCodes, who brings their own flawless success metric to the table, a 100% success rate on Upwork, having successfully delivered 150 projects.
And this brilliantly illustrates what makes that 100% success rate possible: EvaCodes' incredible multi-chain agility. Headquartered in Delaware at $25 to $49 an hour, they're building across Ethereum, Tron, Solana, and Hedera. In the fast-paced GameFi and NFT sectors, you absolutely need that flexibility. They are the ideal fit for platforms that require rapid delivery and absolute alignment with whatever the Web3 community's current chain preferences happen to be.
Section 5. Enterprise Multi-Protocol Token Sales. MLG Blockchain.
Finally, transitioning to major capital raising. $200 million. I wanted to drop this massive figure right away to instantly validate MLG Blockchain's track record. That is the amount of capital they have successfully raised for their clients across more than 20 token sales. MLG is playing in the big leagues here. They are the absolute best fit for U.S. enterprises taking token sales to market, or organizations in government and healthcare that need complex, multi-protocol deployments. A huge thing to note, they completely avoid single-chain lock-in, which is a massive strategic advantage when you're dealing with enterprise compliance and scalability. Headquartered in New York, their rate sits at $100 to $149 an hour, which really reflects their enterprise-grade service. MLG Blockchain is truly DLT agnostic. Whether an enterprise client needs Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hyperledger, EOS, or Ripple, MLG has the expertise. When you're serving government, healthcare, finance, and automotive sectors, you just can't force a one-size-fits-all blockchain solution. You need this broader, multi-protocol expertise to meet those strict regulatory and operational demands.
Section 6. Choosing your blockchain partner. The Matrix Finale.
While we've covered a ton of ground today, let's move to our Matrix Finale and see how this all builds into an actionable framework. As you can see, the market separates very cleanly once you look past the flashy marketing. If your priority is deep integration into scalable SaaS platforms, DBB Software is absolutely your team. If consumer scale, wallets, and DEXs are your focus, Peiko has the track record. For visual, community-driven GameFi and NFT projects, SpaceDev and EvaCodes provide incredible agility and project management. And for those heavy-hitting capital raising and enterprise-level multi-protocol deployments, MLG Blockchain stands alone. Ultimately, it's all about matching your specific requirement to the partner whose track record perfectly aligns with it. Which brings us to our final defining question. As you vet vendors out there, remember that marketing copy means absolutely nothing. The only question that matters is, does your partner have mainnet proof? You've got to demand verified mainnet track records, ask to see the external audits, look for real users and real money flowing through their smart contracts. And honestly, if they can't show you that, just walk away. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy building.